anyone who will not, anyone who is not reading the signs of the times will definitely lose out as we head into the next election. The next election will be more about young people, their issues, and if you don't understand that, you will be swept out by these young people. They are in an agitation mode, and for a good reason. They are unemployed. Yeah, they are looking for something positive. So therefore, we must also understand we have a digital space. So if people don't take advantage of that, I suspect the Gen Z movement will sweep so many leaders out of their office. Yeah, that's the vibe in the country. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
There is no light. I was ashamed because I've seen in Mombasa County Referral Hospital in the report, and I'm happy the committee you did expose this, that they are leaking roofs. Leaking roofs in the highest cost general hospital. As a leaking roofs. Leaking. Like the one we used to have in JPL. But I'm saying just to fix. To go up and just put a iron sheet with a nail. Do we need a scientist to do that? Do we need a professional, Madam Speaker? Because I can see like fixing curtains that we buy here in Islam. Coast General Hospital does not have curtains. They need someone to direct them to fix curtains, Madam Speaker. There is also leaking roofs and hallways, so when it rains, just like Turkana County Referral Hospital, it was flooded, including the whole place, Madam Speaker. Yeah, do you mean Senate has reduced itself until we are discussing leaking roofs of County Referral Hospital? The governor, Abdul Samad of Mombasa, must be ashamed. This is shame. This is in our report. It's shame. It's shame, Madam Speaker. How can you explain to our children in future that Senate sat to discuss leaking roofs? Madam Speaker, this is embarrassing.
Gatuzi, or the challenge we have with the devolved system of governance is that the devolution, governors do not think that devolution should be people-centered. They think that it is leaders-centered. Look at the persons who are invited here. We've come for the devolved system of governance. Are they business Are they business persons? Are they mama mbogas na watu wa boda boda?
Kuna wadau walikuwa wanaonyesha biashara zao.
Hapana, hao walipatikana katika njia gani? How did you get them? That is the main thing. Juu, acha nikuambie, tusemane tu ukweli. Devolution conferences tumekuwa nazo ngapi? Siziko mingi. Si kuna wale ambao washikadau ambao wale wanaweza kukuonyesha eti mimi natoka katika jimbo fulani na hii ndio kitu yenye tumetoa. Kitambo Gavana Ngilu alikuwa amesema eti hao watashona manguo, walisikilizana na Machakos. That was a devolved system of governance stride. Governor wa Machakos, Alfred Mutua, built a tarmac road within how many days? 100 days. And he delivered a stadia. What is it that is happening right now? What I expected is that when you come for a devolved system of governance, you are telling us that devolution works. How many tarmac roads have you ever built, even if it is 100 meters or 200 meters? That is what you need to show us.
Kwa hiyo unasema kwamba wakija wasije tu kutoa ahadi na mapendekezo yao, wasije nimekuja hapa, nimefanya hiki na hiki.
Unakuja, tukikuja katika kongamano kama hizi unatuambia, mimi zile shule ambazo nimejenga, katika niseme miaka 2 nimekuwa nimekaa afisini, bajeti yenye nilipatiwa ilikuwa bajeti kiasi fulani cha hela. Pili, shule ambazo nimejenga ni hizi. Hospitali ambazo nimejenga ni hizi. Mimi kama gavana wenu nimepata niseme takribani shilingi bilioni 14 miaka 2. Nimeweza kuajiri watu kazi namna hii. Na ile pesa yenye nilibaki nayo katika ile tunaita the Public Finance Management Act.
But didn't get it. A Nairobi man says meeting President Ruto at State House turned his life upside down, and not in the way he expected. Speaking at a Bunge la Wananchi forum, the young man recalled being invited to a youth empowerment program at State House. The only requirement? An ID card. Once inside, guests enjoyed a lavish meal and drinks. But during the event, items like motorcycles, water tanks, chairs, and car wash machines were showcased. He says he was handed a motorcycle key and posed for photos only to later find out it was all for show. After the photos, we were told the bikes would be brought to the gate, but GSU officers told us to go home, he claimed. The photos with President William Ruto, he says, made people believe he'd received money or or gifts. Now he's swamped with calls and requests for cash. Some are asking me to send them 1,000. They think I'm rich now, he lamented. If you were in his shoes, would you have spoken out or stayed quiet?
Yani, hivi ndo venye mmeanza kufanyia watu wa tutam. Muna force watu wa tutam kusema wantam. Yani, sahi hakuna kusema wantam na hiari yako. Sahi ni kusema wantam na by force. Hey, watch this.
Hata hapa utaleta 1,000. Sio ni mtu wa tutam. 1,000. Sawa, asante. Bana, sio baba na asante. Lazima nikule pesa ya Wantam. Na tutam. Ni tutam Wantam. Ya? Ni Wantam. Wewe unasema saa hii ni tutam. Bana Wantam. Unasema tutam? Wantam. Kweli. Bana. Ni Wantam. Sasa umeruka ndio nisikurudisha? Bana ni Wantam. Ya? Wewe, si umesema hili mtu wangu lazima mrudishe? Tarudisha. Tena nyumbani. Kweli. Naona nimekuokolea pesa ngapi? Nimeokolea. Sasa hiyo nimekuokolea ni sawa, lakini mambo na tutam tena. Hapana. Sawa. Sawa, asante. Sawa. Haya,
Kenya is a big circus. We are in a big play, and unfortunately we are not the players. Almost every other national event or conference that has been in this country for as long as I can remember is a beautifully curated exercise to pretend to be doing something. NTV has reported that the government has procured 50,000 condoms for use in the Devolution conference. So that's where I tell you this is a good entertainment circus, and it tells you and it beats the reasoning to why exactly we have this conference.
I will deal with corruption. Those are not my words. Those are the words of President William Ruto with a very serious face during today's Devolution conference in Homa Bay. And I think it is unbelievable because William Ruto himself will completely finish his one term without contention. And therefore, his second term is simply laughable because it is obvious.
Give them games and they will forget their pain and the misery that we have put them through. That is where the idea of games started in the ancient Rome. So there was one time the people of Rome walilia sana that the emperor back then was really oppressive, and he had really, put Rome in a very bad place in terms of leadership. And so the people started an uprising. But the emperor then said, "Hiya, the Greeks used to do this many years ago. Can we also do it?" So he started the games of idea that grew to the growth of the Colosseum. Is it the Colosseum or the Colosseum, where the gladiators were each other? It grew until the people forgot about their pain and misery that the leadership had subjected them to. That was not also a new idea with the Romans. It's an idea that started about 3,000 years ago with the Greek. With the Greek people. It started in Greece, in a place called Olympia, when the people still complained about the leadership. And the structures of leadership of today are borrowed from the Greek. The story of democracia, taxes, structures of government, they all started in Greek. And so when the people complained about 3,000 years ago in Greek, they consulted their god, Zeus, who was believed to live in somewhere in a place called Olympia. And that's why the Olympic Games started very many years ago, to put the people to sleep. So every time there is an awakening, it's not a new strategy. It's a strategy that has been used for so long. It's as old as humanity. When people complain so much, you give them games, they forget their pain and misery. So whatever is happening right now in Kenya, or rather, whatever is happening of unite the people with games, they forget their misery, bring them together. It's a very ancient strategy that has been used. So by the time Emperor Titus of Rome was commencing the games, their pricing had stopped and they had forgotten the Games United people in Rome, that big Colosseum, just like it happened in Greek. So every time there is an uprise and you see games all of a sudden are being played, people forget their pain and misery and they get united under games. So it's an ancient strategy. Technically, the Greek Empire came to an end. The hardware kingdom of Rome fell, but technically Rome and Greek are still ruling us today after thousands and thousands of years. So the more things change, the more they remain the same. So that's what happens. When a software is right, it can rule people for thousands and thousands of years. It's such a shame that we are being ruled by ancient strategies which we have not been able to overcome. So when you see these games happening, and there is an uprise and people are complaining about bad leadership, it's technically to put you to sleep and forget your pain and misery. Watch out.
It's only in African countries where such narratives still play part in politics. You'll hear your politicians saying things like, God is the one who chooses your leaders. Your leaders are chosen by God. Have you ever seen God queuing to go cast a vote? Have you ever? It has never happened and it will never happen. So we need to move away from these barbaric beliefs and start thinking for ourselves.
To those who believe politics doesn't affect them, I hope today has taught you how politics affect you directly.
Ruto simpigi kura. Amenajisi inchi. Bila kutumia hata kondom.
This is Selector Dede.
Wanadhani ya bongo lala, ikikupita we bongo lala. Na walosema jana iwezi fika leo, tuko ground tunasoja. Hatujikuku mewaka sana, na mabisto wanachafua raga. Na walosema jana iwezi fika leo, tuko ground tunasoja. Hakuna boka, peleke shuleni watasoma. Madaktari wamegoma, hapa sani Yesu atatuponya. Wambie punde imechoka sana, farasi bado ijapatikana. Ni mandai wanagonya na mali wanaponda, unakonda wananona. Maandamano, 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 amise maandamano, maandamano, maandamano,